tech. Good evening, citizens of Imperial Park. It is fantastic to see so many of you out there tonight. I feel like I'm seeing a little bit more Empyrean merchandise from the back. I can see that lots of you have already been to the shop to get yourselves some t-shirts. I can see a few people, thank you. I can see a few people wearing some other bits and pieces. I can see there are some sweaters, there are some sweatpants, there's some vintage items back there, so make sure you pick something up before you leave. I think it's been a pretty big weekend. It's not often, in fact, it's not ever, I don't believe, that we have held trials across two separate venues. And I'm very proud to say that no one got lost all weekend. So give yourself a We've got a really exciting evening this evening. We've got a lot of awards to present. So you're going to be doing a lot of clapping. Hopefully many of you will be joining us up on stage for awards. You're also going to hear a number of thank yous. And in addition to some of those thank yous, a few maybe different awards that you don't see up the front here for all of you to win. There are some other awards that have been given out this weekend. And the first person that I'm going to call to the stage is going to be presenting a particularly special award that is only handed out at the World Championships. And to introduce that award, I would like to introduce our Director of Operations. I know that she's spent a lot of time answering a million emails from all of you coaches. She's gotten us here this weekend. Can we give a very big round of applause and a very big Empire welcome to Emily Shapiro.
Thanks, Oscar, and thank you. Love you too. Thank you for that warm welcome. I know we're all waiting, so I'm not going to take too much time. But I want to first thank everybody in this room for being here and for putting up with all of the obstacles and challenges and buses and snows and governments that brought us to the World Championship and gave us the week that we did. So let's have another big round of applause. I'm proud of that. This is very big. But I'm up here, like Oscar said, to give a very special award. Empire is built from the people that volunteer and give their time and their energy and their passion to this organization. And somebody who is no longer with us that did just that was Sonia Khan. We tragically lost her in 2022, but she was one of our photographers. You've seen some amazing photographers around this weekend, and she was just like them. She would do anything for Empire, would go above and beyond at every competition, and even outside of competitions to help us. She was from Chicago, and in her honor, we dedicate an award every year to an Empire volunteer that resembles Sonia in many ways, that keeps her legacy going. And this year, see, I'm really on records. This year, there's somebody that we want to honor who went above and beyond for Empire in so many ways. He's been running around all weekend, making sure that you guys are taken care of, making sure that we're getting food on Saturday, running from Shake Shack and Jimmy John's with me and to Target to make sure that there was food. He created every single graphic that you see. He created the opening ceremony video. He did everything for us this weekend and well before. So if we could give a really big Empire round of applause to Jesse Anderson. Exhibits in our cases, there's simply nothing that this guy can't do, and he's a former Empire competitor himself. So thank you, Jesse. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Jesse. You can stay on the stage. I'm now going to thank you. Shirts in this room could come up to the stage really quickly. These blue shirts made this weekend possible. There are 44 teams, there are a lot of coaches and a lot of students, and if it weren't for them, I would be hiding right now. So I just want to thank them all for their hard work and making sure that this. Okay, I'm almost done talking. There's one more person who's probably not going to come up on the stage, but if it weren't for him, this weekend wouldn't have gone on. He was managing courthouses canceling, locations canceling, helping me get judges here, doing everything. So if we can give a big round of applause for our board director, Justin Matarese. A big round of applause. Thank you.
The first awards of many. We are now going to begin with some of the individual awards for this evening. There were two types of awards that you could win this weekend. The first was an Outstanding Witness Award. The second was an Outstanding Attorney Award. The scoring for both awards works the same. So just bear with me while I explain. At the end of every trial, in addition to scoring you throughout the trial, your judges and jurors were invited to rank their top 3 witnesses and their top 3 attorneys. If you were the first ranked of those 3 attorneys, you're awarded 3 points. If you're the second ranked, you earn 2 points. And if you're the third ranked, you earn 1 point. In addition, you can also win 1 additional point if your team wins that score as ballot. So for example, if I'm an attorney in a trial and my presiding judge ranks me first and my side wins that round, I get 4 points. If that judge ranked me second, I get 3 points, 2 from the nomination and 1 from my team winning. Which means, and the quick maths in there will work, that the maximum number of points you could win on one side of the case was 16. So the maximum number of ranks you could win was 16. To begin awarding some of our outstanding witness awards, I would like to introduce someone who would know a thing or two about being an outstanding witness at Empire, because she herself has been the #1 witness at an Empire Chicago World Championships just 2 years ago. Would you please all give a very warm welcome to one of your blue shirt leads this weekend, Grace DeVico.
Hey guys! All right, before we get started, a little bit of preliminary matters, if you want to call them that. So when your name gets called, I want you to come over here. I want you to get your awards over here. And I want you to come to this lovely X right here, get your picture taken, and then you can go back to your team. Are you guys ready? All right. So with 12 ranks on the defense side from Apple Valley High School, Grace Katzelmeyer. With 12 ranks on the plaintiff side from Harpeth Hall 1, Georgia Ordo. With 12 ranks on the plaintiff side from Faith Lutheran High School, Sriya Wint. With 12 ranks, not the same, on the defense side from Montgomery Bell Academy, William Glow. With 12 ranks on the plaintiff side from Montgomery Bell Academy, Jasmine Oberoi. With 13 ranks on the defense from Maine South High School, Sarah Mastriani. With 13 ranks on the plaintiff side From Fort Lauderdale High School 2, Brennan Glenard. With 13 ranks on the plaintiff from Westland High School 1, Jada Trieu. With 13 ranks on the plaintiff side from Fort Lauderdale High School 1, Natalie Cabrera Hernandez. With 13 ranks coming from the defense side from Faith Lutheran High School, Mackenzie Sherrod. With 14 ranks from the defense from King's Academy 1, Carly Bowden. With 14 ranks coming from the plaintiff from Christ Presbyterian Academy, Saad El Gamal. With 14 ranks on the plaintiff and the defense from the King's Academy 2, Tucker Mitchell. Wonderful outstanding witness of the night, with 14 ranks coming from the plaintiff and from Apple Valley High School, Natalie Dick.
Another big round of applause for all of our. I hope you all did exceptionally well, given we threw at you the curveball at the last minute that you would in fact have to be competing with your own teams instead of preparing as a guest for this weekend. Our next set of awards is going to be our Outstanding Attorney Awards. Shout out the attorneys. We have the same announcement of ranks. To present those awards is someone who would know a thing or two about being a witness, having won it herself many years ago, but these days she's busy winning attorney awards with the Cal Berkeley mock trial team and sweeping all before her aside. Another one of your blue shirt leads. Let's have a very warm welcome for Becca Goren.
Did you guys catch that he said many years ago? I am just 25, which I guess is old. Okay, I was also gonna say with my old age that I'm getting more sensitive and watching you all clap for each other is making me kind of emotional. Okay, I'm so excited to announce your top three in this little paperwork I have. Okay, starting with 13 ranks on the defense from Danville High School, Narissa Holbrook. Also with 13 ranks on the plaintiff side from Venture Academy, Peyton Victoria. Did this on purpose to me. Everything went real smooth with the witness. Okay, also with 13 ranks on the defense side from Carmel High School, Daniela Fuller. With 13 ranks on the plaintiff from Apple Valley High School, Rebecca Rogers. Our last attorney was 13 ranks from the plaintiff from Lakeland Christian School, Zachary Brenna. Okay, we have 14 ranks now on the defense from Brian Adams Alondra Valenzuela. We are celebrating her in her absence. Yes, okay. With 14 ranks on the defense from East Islip High School, Olivia Stefanon. Alondra is in the building. Get up here. With 14 ranks on the plaintiff side, from West Atlanta High School to Lauren Shin. With 14 ranks on the defense side, from St. Agnes Academy 1, Nandini Vinodia. With 14 ranks also on the defense, from Glenwood Springs High School, Sophie Erdman. Fourteen ranks on the plaintiff side, from Waukesha South, Layla Amerling. Okay, our remaining outstanding attorneys all have 15 ranks out of a possible 16. That's pretty good, with 15 ranks on the plaintiff side, from Maine South High School, Samantha Shelovitsky. Ranks on the defense side, from Jesuit High School 1, Jason Fan. with 15 ranks also on the defense side. From Apple Valley High School, Mallet Samuel. And your final outstanding attorney with 15 ranks on the defense side. From Roman Catholic High School, Nick Conrad.
Congratulations to all of our outstanding attorneys this weekend. Another big round of applause. Now, we've said a lot of thank yous this evening, but there are two special groups of people that, before we go to the team awards, I would like you to give an extra special thank you to. The first is a group of people that I'm not sure it's really possible as a competitor to wrap your head around how much time these people put into making this weekend possible for you. Many of them have given up countless hours throughout the last number of months, helping get us all here this weekend. They have often, many of them spent weekends away from families and loved ones to take you all to another city in another corner of the country. And I'm not sure if you're all aware, but taking a group of between 7 and 27, in some cases, teenagers around Chicago is a lot of work. So if you are a coach, a parent, or a chaperone this weekend, can you please stand in your place? I know that we've spoken, I know that you think that your students are the crazy ones for devoting so much time, but I put it to you that you're old enough to know better, and you're still here. So thank you to all of the coaches and chaperones. And finally, I want to shout out one other group of people, and they're a group of people who all of you, the work of them is something that you're going to look back on for many years to come. When you are looking at, just how good you looked in court, giving that cross-examination, or sticking it to that attorney, or just being around the weekend, standing here with your trophies. There are many Empire staff that you will see in the photos, but there are a few that you won't. And they're the ones that make you look so good because they're the ones taking the photos all weekend. So all right, thank you. Let's get on to the team awards. Now, our team awards begin with, I think, one of the more special awards, because it's an award that all of you hand out yourselves. It's not something that your judges or scorers vote on throughout the weekend. It's something that you voted on at the start of round 4, and that is the Spirit of Empire Award. The Spirit of Empire Award is an award that is given not for your strength in the courtroom, but it is an award based on the civility and the professionalism and the respect and the extent to which you embody the Empire spirit and the Empire way of being over the course of the weekend. This year, we have 2 winners, one from each division. And each division is named after a person who is very significant to the history of Empire Chicago. Our first award winner did something that no one thought possible. He moved Empire from one side of the country to the other. Now, I want to give you a little bit of an Empire history lesson. If you rewind to the times before COVID, Empire had opened up 3 sites and there weren't really plans to move them. They all worked pretty much just fine. But along came one coach and a group of students who said, hey, Chicago's pretty good. Why don't we look at an empire in Chicago? And they put together a bid for a new empire city. Now bear in mind, there was no process to bid for a new empire city. When this idea first came to us, we thought, what are they talking about? But as we looked and as we spoke more and more to this coach and to his students, we realized that they saw a vision that Empire could exist in Chicago and be the success that it is today. And the coach after whom the Division 1 Spirit of Empire Award is named, coach of a team that isn't with Empire anymore, but he was around at the opening ceremony on Friday night. I believe due to family commitments, he can't be here this evening. He was the coach of the Niles West mock trial team, of a couple of the blue shirts you might have met this weekend, of Elliot Meyer and of Christian Mancino, our tap director. That man's name is Jason Stanford. And so we are very honored to award the Jason Stanford Spirit of Empire Award to our Division 1 school, all the way from the West Coast, Venture Academy. Our second Spirit of Empire winner comes from the other division and is also named after a coach very significant to Empire history. A little over 12 years ago, if I have my Empire history correct, this coach took her team, Sylvania Southview, all the way to winning the Empire New York World Championships in 2013. And for the decade or so that she was bringing teams to Empire, she did so with immense zeal, with passion, would devote countless hours, both before Empire competitions and staying up late during trial rounds, helping the students, coaching them, not because it was any sort of job, but because she felt so much passion. She believed so much in what mock trial could do to develop all of you, both in terms of your legal skills and developing all of you as people and raising good civic citizens. The honoree for Division 2, sadly, we lost a number of years ago. This award, though, we hope keeps her memory alive at Empire Chicago. We are very honored to name the Division 2 Spirit of Empire after the late great Vicky Lyles. And it is with very great pride that I announce to you that the winner of the Vicky Lyles Spirit of Empire Award is the Episcopal School of Dallas. Let's give them a really big round of applause. Okay, looks like Episcopal up here. I think we're getting mixed. They had to try and beat the storm. So good luck to all of you all trying to beat the storm tomorrow morning. Get out of here. But let's not let that hold us up. Let's not let us hold us up, and let's go into our top 10 teams from this weekend. Cool, let's get excited about that. So in ranking our teams this weekend, there are a number of metrics or tiebreakers that we use. The first one is going to be fairly obvious to you. It is how many ballots did you win during the competition? With 4 rounds and 2 scoring jurors per round, the maximum number of ballots that you could win is 8. Now, if a team is level on ballots, the next thing that we look at is your strength of schedule. I.e., how many ballots did all of your opponents win? Because if all of your opponents won lots of ballots and you also won lots of ballots, then it suggests that you beat tougher teams. And if those two things are level, then the third tiebreaker that we go to is your point differential. In other words, all of the points that you scored minus all of the points that your opponents scored. We have 10 top teams this evening and 1 honourable mention who were a hair's breadth away from the top 10. Our honourable mention for Empire Chicago this year had 5.5 wins and a strength of schedule of 17.5. We give a big round of applause to our runners-up, the Black Shirts from Waukesha South High School. You're not getting me dancing. Our 10th ranked team also came in on 5.5 wins and had a strength of schedule of 19, so just ahead of the 11th position. Our 10th place team comes in from the West Coast, the Padres of Carmel High School. Congratulations, Carmel. Our team in 9th place edged clear by just half a ballot and finished with 6 wins and a strength of schedule of 14. From the great state of Florida, the Lions of Kings Academy 2. Congratulations, teams. Moving on to 8th place. A team that also had 6 wins and just shaded it with a strength of schedule of 15.5. From Minnesota, Apple Valley High School. Moving on to 7th place. Also on 6 wins. And with a strength of schedule of 16.5. The Vikings of Lakeland Christian School. And it was 7th place team that we just met, Lakeland Christian School. They had 6 wins. They had a strength of schedule of 16.5 and a point differential of 56. The team that came in ahead of them in 6th place also had 6 wins, also had a strength of schedule of 16.5, and just fractionally a better point differential of 58. Which means the only thing that separated these 2 teams after 4 rounds of competition was 2 points. That's right. This team has secured the highest ranking of an international team this decade from South Korea. not a lot of things, not a lot of things I know from experience, but one thing I do know is that growing up learning to do mock trial in one country and then learning a different legal system for a competition is pretty hard. So I can't even imagine how challenging it must be to grow up learning mock trial in one language and then go on to learn it in a different language. So could we give another big round of applause? And so let's move now into the top 5 for your Empire Chicago 2025. And your fifth place team, Stephen, your fifth place team also had 6 wins, but they had a strength of schedule of 19. From Florida, the Flying Elves of Florida. Congratulations, Fort Lauderdale. We move now into 4th place, and to get into the top 4 this year, you have to pick up at least 6.5 ballots. Our 4th place team picked up 6.5 ballots, and they did so with a strength of schedule of 17. From Nashville, Tennessee, Harper Ford. Harper Ford. Moving on to the podium now, and in 3rd place. In 3rd place comes a team also with 6.5 wins and with an incredible strength of schedule of 20.5. From Nevada, the Crusaders and St. place team had 6.5 ballots. To crack the top two, though, you didn't need to just go half a ballot better. You needed to go a full ballot better and win at least 7.5 ballots. Now, our top two teams are not going to receive their trophies this evening. Instead, they will compete tomorrow morning in the championship round for the title of the Empire Chicago World Champion for 2025. Our second ranked team won 7.5 ballots this weekend. From Nashville, Tennessee, the Big Red of Montgomery Bell Academy. Right, now I've asked the captain from Montgomery Bell to stay right there because we need to determine who their opponents will be tomorrow and on which side. They will be facing a team that has advanced through the group stage with a perfect record of 8-0. Tomorrow, Montgomery Bell will have to do what no team has done before this weekend and take a ballot off the side. Very impressive, steeped in Empire history. The Kegelites of Roman Catholic High School. Now, these two teams tomorrow morning are among the most decorated in Empire history. Between them, you were counting upstairs, between them, we believe that they have won more than 10 Empire competitions. I would like to now invite the captains of the two teams, Russell and Oliver, to come up to the stage. Let's give them a very big warm welcome. Now, Oliver, we were talking, and as the team that has advanced to the final with the superior record, that means that Roman Catholic have earned the right to choose who they will represent in the championship round tomorrow morning. Either the plaintiff Professor Kambolowski, or the defense, Imperial State University. Now, before they make their decision, I'd like to get a little bit of a gauge as to where the crowd's at. Because at opening ceremony, it seems like people were reasonably split as to who they prefer to represent. 4 rounds later, I'm wondering if that's still the case. So if tomorrow morning you think that you should choose to represent the plaintiff, can I hear some noise? Or if you think that you should take the defense tomorrow, let me hear some noise. Okay, all of the people have spoken. It's your choice, though, as to who you represent tomorrow morning. Who will you represent the title of world champions?
Roman Catholic High School will represent Imperial State University.
Yes, the defense for Roman Catholic. Montgomery, that means you'll take the plaintiff. Let's give them a really big round of applause. In fact, let's just get a preview of what they're going to be competing for. So, boys, stay here. Let's get a photo of you both with the trophy, just to get a sense of what we're doing as well. I believe it's a superstition that the first to let go of the trophy surrenders control of it. Let's give them a big round of applause again. Your 2 finalists, and then my and Montgomery Bell Academy. Folks, that brings us more or less to the end of proceedings. A couple of quick shout outs before you go. First, before you leave, make sure that you say thank you to your coaches and to your chaperones for everything that they have done this weekend. We have 2 events on this evening. For students, we have the student dance, and for coaches and for chaperones and other staff, we have the coach appreciation downstairs in the appropriately named Empire Room just off the lobby. If tomorrow morning you are participating in the boat cruise, folks, listen up. We're nearly there. If you're participating in the boat cruise tomorrow, at this stage, we believe that's still going ahead, and you'll be meeting downstairs in the lobby tomorrow morning. Make sure that you've checked out of your rooms first, and the hotel will store your luggage. We're told that we're expecting about 6 inches of snow overnight. Which is in my life, so I'm very excited to wake up tomorrow. Thank you all for making this a very special evening.